Have you ever gone to someone for help and started with the words, "I'm stuck"? I hear that all the time. What's interesting is that in the first few minutes of a mentoring session, I'm usually not thinking about the programming language, the statistics problem, or the AI concept that someone's struggling with. I'm thinking about something else. I'm trying to understand how they're thinking. A lot of people assume that when someone comes to me with a problem, the first thing I do is explain the answer. Actually, I usually don't. Instead, I ask questions like, can you describe in the best way possible what you're stuck on? What have you already tried? Or who have you talked to about this? What feels like the hardest part right now? I'm not asking those questions because I'm trying to test someone. I'm asking because I'm trying to diagnose the real bottleneck. One thing I've learned over the years is that people often don't just struggle with the material, they struggle to describe where they're confused. Someone might say, I don't understand recursion. 5 minutes later, we realize they actually understand recursion pretty well. What's really confusing them is how the call stack changes over time. Those are two very different problems. Here's another pattern that I've noticed. The people who try to rush to the answer often stay stuck for longer. The people who are willing to slow down for the first few problems to really understand what's happening usually become much faster at it later. That's one of the biggest lessons that I've learned from mentoring. I'm not trying to help someone solve today's problem. I'm trying to help them solve the next 100 problems. Because if someone leaves a session understanding how to think through a problem, how to recognize where they're confused, and how to ask better questions, they won't just solve this problem. They'll become a more independent learner. And honestly, that's one of my favorite things as a mentor. It's not when someone gets the right answer. It's when I find out later that they're explaining the idea to a classmate, a coworker, or a friend. That's when I know the knowledge has become their own. So the next time you catch yourself saying, I don't get it, pause for a moment. Really ask yourself, what exactly don't I understand yet? That's one question that might be the first step, not just towards solving today's problem, but towards solving the next 100.